Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, as most 40k players know, Battle Missions is now out, and you can go and pick it up as well as some of the models that they released with it. So that's pretty cool. I'm not doing a book review per se on the Battle Missions book, but I'm going to give my little 2 cents on how I feel about it. And I like it. I like it because while there's only 3 army-specific missions per army, there's a total of 33 missions in the book. So even though, let's say for example, my Space Marines only have 3 missions, I can play against, let's say, a Dark Eldar or Chaos Demons army, and we can, use one of my missions, and then we play again or whatever, use one of their missions. So you would be able to get to play against a decent variety of missions. Also, if that's not the case, like if there's no Dark Eldar player around because there's only there's like a dozen or so in the world, you could take one of those missions and modify anything Dark Eldar specific, so any army can play it. Pretty much any army can play in any of the battle missions in the battle mission book. Now, with that in mind, like I said, there's 33 missions in total. There's 3 special missions that aren't army specific, and then there's 3 per army. So anybody who's an Inquisitorial fan is going to be disappointed because there's no Demon Hunters or Witch Hunters specific battle missions, and no Auto Xenos either, but that's to be expected because they don't even have an army book. Don't fret though, because you can just you can have like the Witch Hunters take place in a Imperial Guard mission or Space mission, or even like an Eldar or Dark Eldar. You can just modify it to fit in with Witch Hunters or Demon Hunters or whatnot. And there is a little blurb in the back, the very last page, called Inventing New Missions. It doesn't really tell you how to go about making it. It doesn't really tell you how to. It's not a how-to. It says a few things on how to go about doing it, but really it's going to come from trial and error. Just read a few of these missions, play a couple of these missions, and then before you know it, you'll be able to make a very fair, very balanced mission on your own. So you can do that for Witch Hunters, Demon Hunters, maybe do an Auto Xenos Death Watch Kill Team type of mission. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, I enjoy these missions. What's really nice about them is, for example, Chaos Demons have their own 3 missions too, and since they deploy in a unique way, half their army comes in first turn, and then via deep striking, and then the rest come in via reserve roll starting on turn 2. It says it gives you rules for how to deploy other armies should you sub out Chaos Demons for other armies in their missions. So that's a nice little forethought right there. And what's also cool, for example, a Vanguard mission for the Space Marines, it gives the option that if you have the Apocalypse book and I assume a suitable model, it gives the option to use a Thunderhawk. And the Thunderhawk costs there we go. The Thunderhawk costs 900 points and uses up uses up 1 elite, 1 heavy support, and 1 fast attack slot. And if it gets destroyed, the Space Marines automatically lose the battle. But it's nice that they give you that. Now, of course, if you're going to sub out the Space Marines for Necrons or Tau or Eldar or what have you, you would have to change Thunderhawk to something else suitable, or just disregard that rule in total. It's a special rule, it's not required. Or it's a special rule, it's not required, I should say. So, that's cool. I do like that. Like I said, there are 3 special missions, and the special missions aren't army dependent. They aren't a specific type of army versus army. They're more kind of narrative, kind of like little mini game type of things. For example, the first one they mention is Kill Team. So they bring Kill Team back because in the 4th edition rulebook, you'll find if you have it, or you have seen if you paged through it already. They had Kill Team kind of in there too, and they kind of brought it back in 5th here with the Kill Team mission. And it's a 200 point game, so 200 points versus 200 points. So it's even smaller than Combat Patrol. But That's pretty cool. It's got its own rules for what you can select, and how things work. And then the second special mission is Linebreaker, and this one is essentially the narrative. It's a narrative mini game. Essentially, 3 Baneblades versus an equivalent point worth of an enemy army, whatever race. Now, of course, you could sub out a Baneblade with like 2 Warhound Titans, or 1 Warlord Titan, or 2 Hierophant Bio Titans, or whatever. And then your opponent, whatever you're subbing out the Baneblades for, tally up its total point cost, and then the enemy would get that many points to field as an army against it. And there's specific victory conditions here. I believe you have to get it off the table at a specific way, like on a specific table edge. So that's cool. Obviously, not quite a mission, or not quite a army game per se, but could be a lot of fun. And then the last one they mention is Clash of Heroes, essentially named character versus named character, special character versus special character, with some units with them. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, for each of these missions, they go over objective, deployment, reserves, first turn, game length, victory conditions, and special rules, as well as giving you a deployment map and setup summary on getting ready to play the game. So it's very much guiding you through every step of the process to get ready to play the first turn, and that's very nice. And following these steps, you could also make your own mission and fill in the blanks for deployment objectives, etc., etc. So that can be a lot of fun. What else? The deployment map is nice. It's kind of with a little 3D image showing you table edges, which one's the enemy's, which one's yours, and deployment zones and where objectives should go, and the distance between things if that's necessary to show. So it's very nice. I would say it's worth picking up. It is going to expand your gameplay. Essentially, it's going to give you more missions to play that you don't have to make up on the fly. So they're pretty much, I imagine, tested to be relatively balanced for the most part. And short of playing in tournaments, I personally don't really make up missions. I just do whatever's in the main rulebook. You roll for it, make it random, but it's still 3 missions and 3 different deployment types, and not that much diversity there. So if you're like me, you don't really make up missions, and aside from doing combat patrol, you play standard games. These missions, for the most part, are standard game missions, except for the special mission section. But so you can get your standard games in with different missions, and like I said, I believe earlier in this video, if you don't have a specific army to do a mission on hand, like if you don't have it, somebody doesn't have it in the local gaming store, and it's not your army you're playing, you can just use that mission and change it when necessary to represent whatever army you're subbing in for, let's say Eldar or whatever. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Now, of course, there'll be the naysayers out there that just don't like it because it's different or whatnot. But I would say give it a shot, especially if there's a store copy. Give it a look through and try out a mission from it. But I think it's pretty cool, and I think after I play in a mission or two of this and read essentially the entire book, I might give it a go at making my own missions. So let's see how that goes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble type of my 2 cents video on battle missions. And until next time, take it easy.